Hi guys, Angel Icestorm here, and happy New Year's Eve. Yes, 2021 is almost over. We're just around 3 hours away, and welcome to Angel Icestorm's New Year special part 1. And I'm gonna do it by doing a Paw Patrol themed video. Part 1 will be a theory video that thanks to Magic Eldon who gave me the idea, and part 2 would be doing a puppy post on a Paw Patrol idea that Dalmatian 101 has sent called Paw Patrol the Goosebumps movie. So thank you so much, Dalmatian 101, for that suggestion, and I'll be doing that as my part 2 tomorrow. So before I begin, I have a lot of good time in 2021, despite the COVID, and there was some downside to it. A lot of tears. It's been like a major emotional roller coaster with COVID. But I think like the upside of it is that I finally get to meet Rob Paulson through Game That Tune. Yes, it was amazing. I get to meet Roger Craig Smith, Tara Strong. I meet two of the art. I went to MegaCon with my friend. I went to Universal as my makeup grab badge with my friend during Thanksgiving. I finally graduated from high school. I finished my first semester of college. It was amazing, and I even meet Genevieve Side herself, and I got her sticker. So thank you, Genevieve. And Jason Marsden, thank you so much for reading my letter and getting my fan art and give me your autograph. So without further ado, Magic Eldon has sent me pictures from the Discord community chat explaining about who Chase's original owner was. And that got me thinking, because, yes, of course, we did see Chase's original owners, or their ex-owners, when Ryder explained the pups his backstory about, what happened to Chase, like why he didn't want to go back to Adventure City, and Ryder explained Chase's history with Adventure City. It turns out that he has been abandoned by his previous owners, and that's how Ryder first found him. So the question is, who was Chase's original owner? Or should I say owners? Because after I hear about it, I've been thinking about it, and I look back into that video clip from the Polisher movie about Chase's backstory. It was two guys. I believe so. We didn't see their faces. We only saw the back of their heads and only from the body down. But still, Alden, one of the Discord member from the community Alden was in, mentioned that the truck and plate number looks exactly like Farmer Al's truck. So the first possible suspect could be that it may be Farmer Al. But then Alden mentioned on that it could be that maybe the Whoosh, Luke Stars, and he told about at least 8 possible suspects. Farmer Al, Farmer Yumi, Luke Stars, the Whoosh, Mayor Humdinger, which probably be explaining why he likes cats and is a dog hater, Jake, Mr. Wingnut, and Uncle Otis. And I look back in the video, and I noticed that, yes, of course, the red truck looks exactly like Farmer Al's, but the real key detail in it is the person who's driving it. So I may not see. So I'm gonna rule out Farmer Yumi, Jake, and Mayor Humdinger. And the reason why is that the one who dropped off Chase was a guy, not a girl. Not a girl. So Farmer Yumi's out. And Jake and Mayor Humdinger's skin, color, their skin is lighter, while the character in this is a little bit darker. So it could be a possibility that might be Farmer Al, Luke Stars, the Whoosh, Mr. Wingnut, or Uncle Otis. And I'll let me. And I saw that like one guy, the one who dropped out Chase. All we saw was that he was wearing a white T-shirt, like appears to be like a darkish gray color pants, and some light blue sneakers. So okay, like as the truck was driving away, I noticed that there was two people, and I believe the one driving away is wearing a hat with, I believe, like a reddish, looks like a parka snow coat with a hat, and like we never really got the chance to. We really didn't exactly see their faces, so like we don't know like who those people are or like why did they abandon Chase. All we know is that from Chase's backstory, out of the blue, the the drop like these two people, which I believe there must be Chase's ex owners before Ryder found him, must have dropped him off in Adventure City, and then the next thing you know, they drove off and Chase never see him again. And I'm thinking that maybe Chase might be the one who know who these two are. But then again, by the time he was abandoned, he was a really young pup. So either like he was too young to, not recognize their faces enough, or that Chase did remember who they are, but he preferred not to talk about it because, like, don't forget, like, if you see it, like, in the Paw Patrol movie, like, those, the whole thing, like, Chase not going back to Adventure City, and the whole, like, trauma begins with those two people, so I believe that because of them, that Chase suffered, like, I would say like PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, is when someone sees or hears something that reminds them of like their past, and they get like a bad like a bad memory relapse. It's sort of like it's just like if you were in a situation that was so bad and so horrifying that anything you see or hear will just makes you go into makes you feel like fear, like you play that memory in your mind about that situation. I think that's why like when Chase hears like Mayor Humdinger was elected mayor in Avengers City, Chase was starting to feel like he was angry, he was upset because he didn't want to go, obviously. And that he told Ryder and the others that like he's not going back to Avengers City and he's not gonna set paw in it. And that's when Ryder and Chase had this little talk, like heart to heart talk. And Chase is worried that if he goes back to Adventure City, he's worried of what people think of him. That like instead of the hero of everyone seeing him, that he's still the scared little puppy that back when he was younger. And Ryder says everything will be different. We're the Paw Patrol. This is what we do. and these people need our help and to trust him. And in all honesty, Ryder, I mean, like, no, I mean, with all due respect, dude, I mean, I know you were just trying to help Chase, and yes, you did used to live in Adventure City before you moved, and that's how you met Chase, but I think, like, the very first thing you should not do is make a promise to someone that you know you can't keep. Because if you make a promise to someone that you know that you couldn't keep, oh boy, there's going to be a lot of intense downfall to this whole emotional roller coaster and this, like, friendship. And, like, Chase being reluctant, he didn't really want to go to Adventure City, but because, like, but since, like, Ryder was the one who changes Chase's life, because if it hasn't been for Ryder, Chase would have still would never be the hero we all saw today. And, like, Chase trusts Ryder, obviously. I mean, like, he was the first pup that Ryder adopted, so Chase trusted him. But then as for the past few days in Adventure City, after Sky rescued Chase from the ledge after the subway situation, Ryder blames himself for, like, Chase feeling this way because, like, he thought that Chase would be alright going back to Adventure City, but he knows that Chase's mindset and emotional state was not ready yet to face his fears like that head on. Because, he almost got himself hurt in the fireworks accident. And he froze in fear, having like a little panic attack on the ledge trying to save the subway train. So Ryder thought the best course of action was for Chase, not necessarily to kick him off the team, but more like to give him a break. And while the other pups will take care of the rescue, it's only temporary because, like, D.A. Pick Meat made an excellent video explaining, like, Chase's, like, emotional trauma and how everything came undone. The only reason why he said this is because he knew that Chase was suffering emotionally, and he's worried that if Chase keeps going on these rescues, sooner or later he's going to get himself hurt so bad that it can emotionally impact Ryder and the team. And that could be, like, a major downfall for all of them. Especially Ryder, since Chase was the first pup he ever adopted. And when Chase hears about this greatly upset him because, like, he said to Ryder that's not fair. Because, like, he reassured Ryder that he's fine. He just needs probably some time to recuperate himself. And Ryder says, "I'm sorry, Chase, but it's the way it's gotta be." And when he said that, like, this greatly upset Chase, thinking that, like, when Ryder says this is the way it's gotta be, is probably code for that we don't need you, Chase. We got everything under control, and that, like, it's not like Ryder doesn't trust him anymore. It's just that if I was in Ryder's place, I'd probably approach it a little bit differently. Because when you said that, it makes Chase think that Ryder doesn't need him anymore. That, like, he's, getting rid of him, just like the ex-owners got rid of him when he was a young puppy. But what Ryder was trying to say is that he was just giving him a break because, like, if Ryder was doing what's best for Chase emotionally, because, like, Ryder wants to help Chase, but because, like, he's gravely upset and he was a little bit depressed about, like, after the rescue, Chase said, and I quote, "I didn't even want to come to Adventure City. I trusted you. You said everything would be fine, but it's not. What kind of leader give up on someone the second things get hard?" Which got me really thinking, like, Chase was upset because, like, Ryder knows that Chase didn't even want to come to Adventure City. But Ryder said that everything will be fine and to trust him. And, like, Chase was really hurt because, like, Ryder lied to him and he broken his promise. I mean, Ryder broken Chase's trust. I mean, like, I know that Ryder would never lie the pups to the point, like, it break their trust or promise them something they wouldn't keep. But I think, like, Ryder was just trying to help reinsure Chase. Gave him his confidence. But I think, like, the way Chase was thinking, like, he was gravely angry and upset that because Ryder knows that he didn't want to go to Adventure City. And, like, Ryder broke his trust. And he made a promise that even Ryder couldn't even keep. And that got him thinking, like, Ryder, you lied to me, Ryder. Like, how could you lie to me? You told me that everything is going to be fine if I come to Adventure City, but so far it's not. I mean, like, what kind of person gives up on someone the second things get hard? I mean, like, Ryder didn't necessarily give up on Chase. It's more like temporary. It's more like medical leave. Just until Chase can get his, like, emotional phase back together and, get his mind in the game. And I think because of what Chase's previous owners did, that must have caused him to have that much of a emotional trauma. But since we don't know who those previous owners are, and I'm not really sure if it's Uncle Otis, because, like, judging by those two ex-owners, I think you're either around teenagers or young adults at the best. So it can't be Farmer Al, it's not Uncle Otis, it's not Mr. Wingnut. So I think that so it could be either the Whoosh or Luke Stars, but I'm not really sure. I mean, like, the guy who dropped off Chase has the similar haircut to the Whoosh, but like I said, we don't. It's all about the facial It's all about, like, the face, the facial appearance. If we can, and since we didn't see any facial appearance from Chase's two ex owners, there's no 100% guarantee that like it could be either the Whoosh, Look Stars, or maybe even both. I actually messaged Cal Brunker on Twitter to see if, like, he can give us, like, who were Chase's two ex owners, and I'm thinking that probably, I'm not sure, like, what's gonna happen in the sequel. I mean, like, I know, like, I'm hoping that, like, Chase will comfort Sky, just like Sky comforts Chase, and maybe we can have, like, a little bit more, like, in depth to Chase's backstory about who those two previous, and maybe, like, he'll talk about the two previous owners, and maybe we can at least figure out who their names are, at the very least. And, like, not only that, we can get, like, Sky's backstory, because if they're going by order of, like, I think, like, from the theatrical movies, they're going by order of, like, which pup got inducted to the Paw Patrol. Since Chase was first, Sky's, and then, like, with the upcoming sequel in 2023, Sky is next. I guess the trilogy for the Paw Patrol movie would be Marshall. But what do you guys think? Who do you think that Chase's ex-owners really are? Do you think it's the Whoosh, Luke Stars, Farmer Al, Mr. Wingnut, Jake, Farmer Yumi, Mara Humdinger, Uncle Otis, or probably somebody else. Maybe two brand new characters that we've yet to know about, but only made like a cameo in Chase's backstory. Personally, I think these two might be new characters that made appearance in the backstory and cameo, but we don't have too much information about. They're more like the background characters. Well, anywho, I want to hear your guys' theories on this. So, if you want to know, who do you think is Chase's ex owners are? I personally think it might be somebody else besides the 8 characters that Alden mentioned, along with his friends from the Discord community. But actually, this is a really good theory topic to talk about. And I want to thank him again for inspiring me to do this, because that's actually a really good theory to talk about. And I really want to know who Chase's previous owners are. Maybe, who knows, maybe we might be able to figure out their names in the sequel, or maybe in season 9, because there was a leak about the Paw Patrol in the TV series style wearing their gear that they wear in the Paw Patrol movie. So I think it'd be kind of cool. Maybe we could see some like there could be like a whole sub series of the Paw Patrol in Adventure City, along with Wildcat's Cat Pack in season 9. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in and tune in tomorrow, where I'm going to be doing a puppy post on the Paw Patrol, the Goosebump movie, an idea from Paw Patrol idea fandom. So this is Angel Icestorm saying, Happy New Year, everybody! Stay safe, wash your hands. Let's hope that 2022 will be better than ever, and hopefully we'll get back to normal. Well, not 100% normal, but more normal than compared to this year and last year. Hopefully. Peace.